Representative Mike Johnson is accusing House Speaker Nancy Pelosi of committing a felony at the State of the Union. In a tweet today, Johnson cites a rule which he says Pelosi broke when she ripped a copy of the president's speech on Tuesday night. Now, the rule has to do with destroying official House records, which Johnson believes applies in her case. He then blasts pundits who argued that the documents were Pelosi's personal property and not official government papers. And to further discuss what I just touched on there, I want to welcome Congressman Johnson himself to walk us through his comments. Hi, Congressman. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Jennifer. Great to be with you.
So I want to start out with that tweet that you posted laying out the argument that Speaker Pelosi may have committed a felony by ripping up her copy of the President's State of the Union speech. Explain to our viewers why you think she may have committed a crime by doing that.
Yeah, she did. You mentioned that she violated House rules, and that's certainly true. There's rules of decorum and rules of basic civility that we all have always honored, and that's the tradition of the People's House, as we say. But she also violated a specific federal statute. It's 18 U.S.C. Section 2071, and anyone can Google it and read it for themselves. It's a very short and simple statute, and it says very clearly that no one is allowed to willfully obliterate, damage, or destroy a public document, certainly not an official record of the House of Representatives. And of course, that's what a State of the Union address is. The President of the United States, for over 2 centuries, has had the same tradition. When he presents himself to the joint session of Congress, he brings 2 original versions of the State of the Union. He gives one to the House Speaker, and he gives one to the President of the Senate, which is the Vice President. Those are the official records of that address, and they become the property and ownership of the House, that House of Congress, not of that individual person to whom it is given. And that's the reason she clearly broke the law.
Well, now, a Republican measure to force House Speaker Pelosi to apologize for ripping up the address failed in the House earlier today. Congressman Matt Gaetz, he's filed an ethics probe against her. There's also been talk of censure. Now, is there any other Republican measures being considered right now, possibly being floated in the lower chamber to hold the Speaker accountable for her actions?
Well, there's lots of discussion about it. I've signed on to each of those efforts that you talked about because we really do feel like this is an important issue. It's not about petty politics. It's about, number one, maintaining the rule of law, but also preserving our institution here. I think at the end of the day, it's our institutions themselves that are really under assault, that are really suffering here. In a constitutional republic, in a government of, by, and for the people have to have faith in their lawmaking body. That's essential to maintain a republic, and I think we're losing a lot of that, and that's why we feel like these measures are important to press.
And before I let you go, I want to get your take on something. The president earlier, he touted Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy for the next House Speaker during the National Prayer Breakfast this morning. Of course, we know that you sit on the House Judiciary Committee. You were a member of the president's impeachment defense team, playing a very active role in holding the line for the president. Are you, by chance, in any talks with Republicans for a leadership position in the future?
We talk about a lot of things up here. Look, I'm just honored to serve the people of Louisiana's 4th Congressional District, and if my colleagues nominate me to do something like that, I will. You never foreclose it, but we take day by day. We've got enough challenges ahead of us right now, and for the remainder of this year, we'll start thinking about the next Congress a little bit further down the road.
So you're keeping an open mind if something came along?
You have to. I think that's the way to do it.
All right. Thank you so much, Congressman. We do appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.